may I request all the speakers to strictly stay within 2 minutes. इसके बाद मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं चिराग दोषी को. चिराग दोषी वॉल्चन नगर इंडस्ट्रीज के सीईओ हैं. वॉल्चन नगर परहैप्स सबसे पहली पार्टनर इसरो की थी. इन्होंने मिड 60s में इसरो को सप्लाई शुरू की थी और ये कुछ क्रिटिकल पार्ट्स बनाते हैं लॉन्च व्हीकल्स के लिए और प्राय सभी स्पेस प्रोग्राम्स में इनका सिस्टम सप्लाई हुआ है. श्री दोषी जी.
Namaste, Honorable Prime Minister Ji. At the outset, I would like to express my deepest respect and appreciation for the visionary leadership that you have shown and the reforms taken by you and your government over the past few years. And this has really laid the foundation for what is going to be the exponential growth of our space industry. The formation of ISpA as the nodal agency under Dr. Pawan Goenka, the development of a new space communication policy, the encouragement for more private sector participation in the space program, and I think most importantly, allowing the use of government facilities for startups so they don't have to spend money recreating these facilities are some of these new initiatives that have been set in motion. Humne Walchnagar Industries is honored that we have been the primary private sector company to have partnered with ISRO at the inception of our space program as far back as 1973 when the first launch happened. We have participated in the manufacture of all launch vehicles from 1973 to 2021 and will continue to do so going forward. Our commitment to the nation is to continue to expand our facilities to cater to the growing needs of ISRO and now hopefully our private partners. Now that we have formed ISpA, my request would be that we may be able to work jointly with the Ministry of Finance, with Department of Space and your office to possibly create an opportunity for small and medium firms like ourselves to get access to cost-effective capital and potential subsidies for expansion. Similar to those given for other manufacturing industries under the PLI schemes. I believe that if we aspire to ultimately be the leading space program country in the world, it is going to require many of us to invest large amounts of capital to enhance our manufacturing facilities, especially with ISRO having already laid out their ambitious plans for the next decade. My second thought and suggestion is we need to have a much deeper engagement between government, industry, and our leading academic institutions, not just from a skilling perspective, but also from a research and development perspective in order for our country to develop intellectual property going forward. And this will further encourage private industry to take bigger risks in technology development. Thank you for giving me the time. Jai Hind.
Dhanyavad Chirag ji.
And start with Mr. Chirag Doshi, MD and CEO of Walchnagar Nagar Industries. Mr. Doshi is a managing director of the company. He extensively works on various initiatives, business development activities, and exploring new business ventures for Walchnagar Nagar Industries, which is one of the most active and perhaps the oldest participants in the Indian space segment. Sir, the Indian space segment is witnessing a new beginning, not only on downstream, but also in upstream segment, that is manufacturing of more advanced components and launch vehicles. With substantial increase in space activities globally, the launch segment is fast becoming a very key focus area also for startups and small and medium businesses. In this vector, what is your view are the opportunities and key challenges for India for upstream launch segment, and what needs to be done to promote holistic development of satellite equipment ecosystem in India?
Yeah, thank you, Vishal. It's a pleasure to be here on this panel. I think your question is very, very relevant and sort of quite encompassing. So I'll just keep it a little bit short. I think the opportunities are huge. I don't think we are anywhere sitting here debating what the opportunities are for the space sector in general. We are far behind. I mean, 2% is not where India should be as a share of the sort of the global market. So I think the opportunities are big. I think the challenges are really what needs to get addressed, and I think Sunil in the morning addressed it with the Prime Minister that I think the timing of privatization has been fantastic. I think we are ready. What do I see as the challenges? I said it in the morning with my interaction with Honorable Prime Minister. I said, clearly capital is going to be a problem. Professor Vijay Raghavan adhered to it that we can't be looking at, the returns that we're going to get in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years. We've got to look at it at a long-term 5, 10, 15, 20-year period. And for industry to invest money and enhance facilities, there's got to be some assistance from the government. Maybe we develop some sort of PLI scheme like they have for other manufacturing sectors that gives cheap capital subsidies to our industry to really invest for the long term. I think skill development is going to be crucial. We don't have enough engineers that can take care of our requirements for the scale up that's ultimately going to happen if we are to achieve it. I think Prime Minister Modi this morning has set all of us in industry a beautiful target where he said that when we celebrate our century of independence, we should be at the pinnacle of space research and space exploration and all that space delivers to us. So I think the challenge is on us. I think we have to work through ISpA and all the necessary bodies to engage on how we can enhance capital adequacy to all of our small and medium-sized players, how we can do skill development, how we can do research with academic institutions to create our own intellectual property. And last, to address your last question, what do we need to do from a holistic ecosystem perspective? The one thing that I would warn all of us is that as we move deeper and deeper into privatization, there is a direction that can take place where the privatization ecosystem becomes a playground of just a few. What we must not allow to happen is that, and what we must encourage is for the privatization and growth of the space program to be a canvas for many, many, many to paint on. And I think nurturing the startups, nurturing the younger companies, and bringing them into our fold and in our ecosystem is really going to be our responsibility if we are going to scale this up to achieve where we want to go.
Thank you, Mr. Doshi.